Okay, here back at the auditorium, getting ready for the starting lineups. 5'11" junior. Whitcomb, 5'6" junior.
Also a junior, number 15, T.C. Costa.
T.C. is a 5'10" junior.
24 is a junior, Darren Goki.
Goki, 6' junior.
Sophomore, 25, Chris Stevie.
Chris, 6'2", sophomore.
Senior, 31, Tim Calderwood.
Tim, 6'3", senior.
Number 33 is a junior, Tony Mador.
Tony, 5'11", junior.
44 is a senior, Brian Bartlett.
Brian, 6'1", senior.
And the junior, number 52, Jared Gledhill.
Jared Gledhill, 6'3" junior for
the Hermon Hawks, coached by Clayton Blood. A freshman, number 24, Roman Bartlett.
Roman Bartlett.
Also a freshman, number 50, Danny Ham.
Danny Ham, number 50, 6'4".
Number 23 is a junior, Adam Moore.
Adam Moore.
Junior, number 35, Matt Johnson.
35, 6 foot.
Number 20 is a junior, Justin Shaw.
6 foot, Justin.
15 is a junior, Chad Scripture.
Chad, 5'10".
Number 33, a sophomore, Brett Stuber.
Brett, 5'10".
Sophomore 14, Robbie Watson.
Robbie, 6 feet.
A senior, number 42, Roy Perry.
Roy Perry off the bench, as Joe mentioned.
And a junior, number 40, Chris Patton. For your starters, beginning with Rockland, he's a junior guard, number 12, James York.
James, 5'9".
And for the Hawks, a senior at center, number 34, Jason Hannon.
6'7", Jason Hannon in the paint.
For the Rockland Tigers, a junior at center, number 13, Mike Norton.
Mike, 6'2".
For the Hawks, a sophomore forward, number 45, Joe Crowell.
Joe Crowell, 6'3".
For Rockland, a junior guard, number 23, Andrew Cataline.
Cataline, 6 feet for Rockland.
For the Hawks, a senior at forward, number 22, Matt Alimo.
Matt Alimo, 6'1".
For the Rockland Tigers, a senior forward, number 41, Mark Fishman.
6'1", Mark Fishman.
For the Hawks, a senior guard, number 44, Wade Brazier.
Wade Brazier, 6'2", senior, number 44.
For the Tigers, a senior forward, number 50, Chris Curtis.
Chris Curtis, 5'10", senior.
Senior guard, number 30, Brett Thayer.
And Brent Thayer, 5'10", for the Hermon Hawks, number 30.
Mr. Adams and Mr. Whitaker.
Mr. Whitaker on your left and Mr. Adams on your right. Here to begin semifinal action, boys Class B.
You almost, when you had the lineups, you saw just about what I think is going to be the matchups, except York and Hannon.
Exactly.
And this will be it'll be good to see if they stay in man, either team, or they go to zone, or whatever they try to do.
Right. Assistant coach for Hermon, Clayton Blood, is Sean Good, and for Rockland, assistant coaches Larry Terrio and Kyle Woodman. We're about ready to begin. You can see the decided height advantage by Hannon there as we jump center against Norton. But we'll see if Rockland goes right after him man-to-man and tries to first force the turnovers and look for the fatigue factor.
Number 2 and number 3 team, Hermon gets the tip. It goes in the backcourt to Brent Thayer, and his York picks him up. So there's the first matchup we're right on. As he turns to the right side, starts to move down to the right. Now to Brazier. He's got him by Cataline. Now goes back outside to Kroll. Kroll looks around, pulls it over his head, looking for help. Now gives the right side to Alimo. Alimo of Hermon with the, now he loops it inside to Brazier, tipped away by Norton on a double team.
There's the loop pass to Brazier out down on the blocks, but coming across on the weak side help for Rockland. Good play that time, and we notice Hannon starting up top. So the offensive set for Hermon is what we called.
Alimo now looks for help. He finally gets it into Hannon. Hannon turns. He's got it by Curtis. Curtis is a lot shorter.
The little guy, but see, he's playing on the high post.
Comes outside now to Thayer. Now it goes to Alimo. The first shot of the game is no good. Rebound comes off to Jamie York of Rockland. He starts down with it, dribbling left-handed now to Cataline. Cataline on the baseline goes right for the glass, puts it up, partially deflected by Hannon, comes off of the rebound and backs outside to Jamie York.
Set their offense, man-to-man set up by Hermon this first time down the court.
As York starts to the left, partially loses it, but picked up by Cataline. Rockland in the orange. This is Fishman, guarded by Brazier. Now to Norton, guarded by Kroll. Norton goes right in the paint, goes underneath to Cataline. Cataline in traffic, puts it up and in.
Nice reverse that time. Good high post pass. Cataline maybe up fake and then went reverse layup on the backside.
Here they come with their press, tipped away by York. York turns now. He's going to stop, gives it underneath to Norton. He puts it up and in, and quickly Rockland has a 4-0 lead.
Great look that time. Great steal by York, then back to Norton for the layup.
Hannon with Curtis on him. Now Thayer in the backcourt. He'll bring it up. He turns, goes down to the middle. Nice scoop pass inside to Crowley, puts it up and in.
Nice play by Brent Thayer. He got by the pressure at half court and was able to penetrate to the foul line, and that opened up the inside for the layup for Crow.
4-2 the score. Rockland leading first quarter action here in semi-Bs. Now goes to Curtis. Curtis tries to get the ball back to Fishman. He wasn't looking and went in behind it.
Fishman was on the basket cut, and Curtis threw it out of bounds. So that here comes their pressure again. You see it coming in your picture. Here's Chris Elkington, hand to his mouth.
Limo gets it in now to Hannon in the backcourt. Now to Limo, gets back. Now to Thayer, their ball handler. He said, clear out, I'll get it down.
That's the way to do that against a man-to-man pressure. Get it back to your ball handler, Thayer, and he brings it over for you.
4-2 the score. Rockland leading. Brazier got it by Cataline. Brazier starts toward the middle. Nice pass inside to Thayer, puts it off the glass and in.
Good look that time by Brazier underneath. Hermon getting behind the Rockland defense on the interior. And have converted 2 easy layups.
So we're locked at 4 with 5:40 remaining in first quarter action. Goes to Norton. Norton fakes, starts to move, and Kroll is fouling.
Big step that time by Norton. Fake left, went right, and picked up the foul.
Won't be a shot taken as he was not in the act. And we're nowhere near the 1-on-1 now as Fishman will put in play for Rockland under his own basket. Fishman looks now, goes to Norton. Norton back to Fishman. Fishman whirls and puts it up off the glass. No good. Brazier on a strong rebound. Looks down, fakes. He comes out of the pack with it. Starts right down the middle. Stops in the paint. Pops. No good. Rebound comes back. Tipped around. Fishman gathers it in as Rockland takes off another rebound.
Great hands that time by Fishman. Tipped it to himself. Control the rebound.
York with the ball. Back out in the middle. Goes to Norton. Norton fakes now. Goes off to Fishman of the Rockland Tigers. He starts, puts a little pressure on and tries to get by, but there's a foul. And I believe it may be on Brazier.
Yes, I believe so. There's Wade right there. Fishman thought he saw an alley, and Brazier closed it off quickly, but Fishman was fouled going to the goal.
That's only the first, on Brazier. Here comes one of the subs coming in now, Curtis. This will be Brian Bartlett. Bartlett will pick it up now and have to guard Hannon. Fishman with it now, under his own basket, loops it out to Jamie York.
Hermon goes zone on this out-of-bounds play, so they're in a 2-3 zone now.
York comes right up, fakes, left side Cataline. Cataline's going to take the pop. It's good.
Good recognition that time by Rockland on the out-of-bounds play to come right over the top and into the zone, into their zone offense. Cataline opens on the wing and drills it.
Limo now gets it in. Hannon picked up by Bartlett now. Pass goes to Thayer. Thayer will clear out. 6-4 the score. Rockland leading over the Hermon Hawks with 4:41 left in first quarter action. Thayer outside shot. No good. Rebound long right. Brazier there. Now he goes back inside. The ball's being tipped around and finally Norton the back and picks it off.
Good hands by Rockland on the defense inside. Got their hands going everywhere. Got a deflection, went off the glass, and they were able to control.
Jamie York, their junior guard, can bury the threes, because keep that in mind. Norton on the move. Nice move as he hangs, and Hannon comes off with a strong rebound.
Double pump that time, and he just rolled off the front rim. Good rebound by Hannon.
There's Brazier. Brazier to the right. Brazier stops, looking for help. Now he puts up an off-balance shot. Piece of glass, that's all he got. Norton comes off the rebound, and York brings down for Rockland.
Real tough man-to-man by Rockland here early in the first period.
Fishman back outside to York. York looks inside. Now the cut goes to Cataline on the right side, guarded by Limo. Now inside to Bartlett. Bartlett partially loses. Now he tries to get it back, goes to Cataline. Back to Bartlett. Bartlett in the corner as they start to play pass. Norton goes back outside to York as he glances up at the clock. 3:37. Let's look at this side and see what's going on. 6-4, Rockland leads. Bartlett in the paint. Bartlett stops. Down to Fishman. Fishman's going to go. Fishman's going to move with it, and he draws the foul.
Nice move that time by Fishman. Good patience by Rockland, making Hermon play defense, still working on fatigue. Good drive that time by Fishman. Saw the opening down the left side that time. Was on the right side the previous time. And he's going to go to the foul line.
Ryan Baker will check in, and Jamie York will check out. So there's 2 of the 3. that have come in for the Rockland Tigers. The remaining one is Chris Seavey. Seavey is only a sophomore, very, very fine player. You'll note the way that Fishman shoots his foul shots, and he's been effective at that, almost like a shot put.
Got the front rim that time. Got a nice little roll,
There's
forward roll into
There's
the
the
net.
brain trust of Hermon right there.
There they are.
Second shot is up. This one's no good. Strong rebound by Hannon. Outlet pass goes off to the new man also that checked in. That was Chris Patton. Now to Thayer. Thayer to Brazier. Brazier got it by Cataline. Brazier gives it now to Alano. And inside there's some action. There's going to be a foul call, a push away foul. And that's going to be on Hannon.
Right, Hannon looking for some room underneath. Felt he needed to push the Rockland player out of the way, and he's called on the foul. Now Hermon changing up a little bit here on defense. They're going to go with a full court man-to-man.
Norton in the backcourt. Now goes to Bartlett. Bartlett will start down with it. Now left side to Fishman, Connor Cataline. Cataline is not bashful, and he puts in another one.
He certainly isn't bashful. He got the pass from Fishman, and as he was receiving the pass, he was looking to the basket, ready to shoot it.
Ryan Baker on Thayer now. Hermon looks for help. Back outside to Limo. Now inside to Hannon. Hannon's going to turn against two people, and he puts it in.
First time we've seen Hannon move down to the low post. Jerry Adams talking to Jimmy Hannon. There was a collision after the basket, and Hannon and number 11, that's a Baker for Rockland, collided, and officials making sure everybody's all right. But nice play that time by here it is right here. That was a foul, and that's the shot. Excuse me, that's a shot. There's a collision right there.
Baker starts down, takes the pop, draws the foul, makes the basket.
Right. Very, very quick as Rockland come back. Baker right off the bench, right into the flow of the offense. Gets his name in the scorebook right away with 2 points.
I think if anyone has watched Rockland play over the years, the last 4 years, here's Seavey getting ready to come in now. You'll see how they have developed their bench and how they push him in and out. Sometimes it's effective, sometimes it's not if you substitute a lot. But Elkington has the touch. He seems to put him in at the right time.
Well, they substitute by position and size, and certainly that keeps the flow moving for Rockland.
Cataline checks out as Seavey checks in. And Rockland leads 12-6. And Ryan Baker trying to go for the loose ball, and he's picking up a foul.
Right. We said at the top of the show that we thought that one of the things that Rockland would do was really put some pressure on Thayer the whole game. And right away, he's taking York out, Baker in, and Baker's guarding Thayer. Thayer's face is getting a little red here early.
Brazier now with Fishman on him. He goes behind the back. The long arms of Brazier. He gets the ball back. He's going to take the outside long three. It's no good. Limo with a nice rebound. He turns the traffic. He puts it up, doesn't get it. And Baker comes in to snatch the rebound. Nice screen out that time by Seavey.
Excellent screen by Seavey, and 2 chances that time for Hermon going the offensive boards.
Baker right side to Bartlett. Bartlett now at the top goes to Norton. Norton holds to the right corner, goes to Seavey. As they start their cutting pattern, Seavey tries to get the baseline, can't. Now it goes back outside to Baker, left side to Bartlett. Bartlett toward the paint, can't get it. Goes to Baker, now to Fishman. Fishman likes to drive. Once he gets in position, gets a screen, he'll go for that glass. It goes to Baker now, who's outside. Baker looking around. Starts now, gives the ball left side to Seavey. Seavey holds the ball, Limo is on him. Now middle goes to Norton. Norton holding and looking. A lot of patience. There goes Norton. He's going to put up the glass. He hangs and puts it in.
Typical Rockland going to the basket early, and they convert again, looking for a second conventional three-point play. This time Mike Norton, there he is, number 13, going to the foul line for Rockland.
Checking
here back. It is. Nice left-handed power dribble. Now he's going to knife between Thayer here. There's the knife. And up over number 40 for Hermon, who is Chris Patton, and he commits the foul.
Foul shot by Norton, and he gets the conventional three. Makes it 15-6. So Rockland off quickly as Curtis is checked back in. Bartlett went out for Rockland, and Curtis gets the chore of watching the high post man, Hannon. Coming down is Thayer. Thayer now gives to Limo. Outside three, long, no good. Rebound ripped off by Norton.
Good weak side rebound by Norton. Good block out that time on Patton, and there he was on the weak side to pick it off.
15-6, 1:02 remaining in first quarter action. Norton right to the hole again, puts it up, no good. Strong rebound by Alimo. Limo and Cataline are built similar and can jump similar as they show off here, where there's some good defensive rebounds. Thayer with the ball now, 15-6 as we're down to 44 seconds first quarter. Hannon way outside, Curtis on him. Now he decides to take the pop, it's no good. Baker comes off the rebound. As they're getting one shot at this point in the game.
Right, Baker goes down low from his guard position to rebound, help out with the rebounding as all the other players blocking out.
Baker with it now, in the middle goes to Curtis. Curtis looking for help, goes outside to Seavey of Rockland. Rockland leading 15-6 with 20 seconds remaining in first quarter action. Now to Seavey, gives off to Fishman. Fishman of Rockland against Brazier. Tricky dribble down the middle, puts it up left-handed. It doesn't get the roll. And in the rebound action, this is why Norton got the rebound.
Right, I think so, because he knocked Seavey right over.
And Brazier was down too.
Right, good strong, here it is right here. There's the left-handed scoop shot by Fishman, and here comes Norton into the bottom of your pitcher, and he just clears two people out of the way, going for the basketball on the rebound, and now Norton and Fishman both go out, so Chris deep into his bench.
9 seconds remaining here in first quarter. Long pass to Brazier. Cataline chases him down. He flips it back, picked up by Rockland. Still, Frazier finally comes back in bounds, puts it up and in.
Oh, unbelievable
nice play by Patton to save it.
Excellent
and at the
play.
end of one. Rockland leading 15-8, and we'll be back with second quarter action right after this. As we get ready for the second quarter of action.
Here it is right here. What a play right here by Patton. Now you watch, Brazier's going to come back from out of bounds. He was okay. He was on the court. And a great shot by Brazier, right, to finish up the period 15-8. Great period of action.
So Rockland will inbounds it. And York is back in. The Seavey stays in. Bartlett stays in for the Rockland Tigers. Fishman's back in. And Cataline. Now Bartlett with it. Pulls back outside, go to Cataline, looking for York. He gives to York. York turns. York right to the foul line to Cataline. Cataline fakes, puts it up, and it's no good. Rebound strong by Alimo.
Good position by Matt under there for that defensive rebound for Hermon. They need a score here to get back in.
Hermon Hawks stay with Patton. Number 40 still in the game. There, Limo, Hannon, and Brazier. 15-8 as we start second quarter action. Brazier's going to stop, give off to Thayer. Thayer outside three, and he rings it.
He rings the three. Nice ball movement that time by Hermon on the perimeter. Thayer spotting up in the deep far corner and makes the three.
York with the ball now, bounces to Fishman. Got it by Brazier. Rockland Tigers leading by 4, 15-11. Now comes outside to Fishman, looking for York. Got it closely by Thayer. Now he's going to receive the ball.
You can see how valuable both guards are to each team. They're really pressing each other.
Fishman, Brazier on him. Now he goes to top to Bartlett. Bartlett in the paint, and they're going to call him for steps.
Double dribble, I believe.
Double dribble.
Yep. Hit it with both hands on the way down the lane.
Norton checks back in, and Robbie Watson, number 14 of Hermon, checks in. Alimo will go to the sidelines for Hermon. Trailing by 4, 15-11. With 6:39 left in first half action. Long pass going to go to Patton. Patton's got the drive on Fishman, and we'll see there'll be a foul on Fishman.
Foul on Fishman. I think Mark fell asleep a little bit on that play. That was a high looping pass from Hannon, almost half court, and he got caught flat-footed. It's called for the foul.
It's only his first, only the team's third. Hermon has committed 16 fouls. Patton of the Hermon Hawks with it. Now loops it inside to Hannon. Hannon inside, puts it up, it's no good. Rebound tipped around, Patton, and then it finally goes to Seavey of Rockland. As York brings out and starts down the left side. Got it by Thayer, goes right in the middle. Nice pass, goes inside to Norton, he puts it up and in.
Good look-away pass by York that time, finding Norton on the baseline.
Brazier finally gets the ball to Patton. Patton puts it up and in, and he lost control of the ball.
Lost control, and he got it back.
17-13. Jamie York will go against Thayer. Left side goes to Norton. Norton down to the baseline, stops, looks for help. Down the middle goes to Fishman, puts it up and in.
What a nice basket cut, and what a great look by Norton to Fishman for the layup.
Long pass to Hannon. His tip, but Fishman is there, and he picks it off for Rockland. 19-13 the score.
Not flat-footed that time as he makes the steal.
First Fishman back to Jamie York. York outside. York to the left side. Holds it now to Naughton. Naughton fakes. Naughton goes to the baseline. A lot of traffic back outside of Cataline. Now to York. Fakes the three. Fakes again. Tries to shuffle inside to Seavey, but knocked away and there by Robbie Watson, and the Hermon Hawks control.
Tough pass that time by York. A little bit too close and too much traffic.
To the left side with the left hand is Thayer. Now goes off to Watson. Nice leave to Hannon. Hannon's out. Tip. Hannon follows his shot. Gets it. He's still struggling. In the backcourt. Picked up by Cataline. One man to meet. Spin. No good. Rebound. Tipped away. Goes to the corner, and Hannon is there. You can see how that Norton can get up in the air as well.
He sure can. That was a nice play by Norton. He almost had that rebound.
Watson inside to Patton. Patton's left-hander is good.
Nice play. Good look that time by Hermon. They're creeping back in this.
19 to 15 to score. York's going to take one to the foul line. It's no good. Rebound by Hannon. And Hannon off to Brazier. Brazier decides to slow.
Mr. Hannon is very tired. Look at him walking up the court.
19-15 to score. Brazier inside again to Patton, and he makes the foul. Makes the shot, and he got fouled in the act.
Right, the key there, the last couple of times down for Hermon has been the penetration. 5 players coming in across the way. There goes Hannon. I believe he's going out, but here's the penetration. Nice step through that time, and the pass inside. Number 40 is Patton. He makes it, and we got a timeout on the court. But just a nice play that time by Hermon. The difference right here has been their penetration. They've made 2 layups. Patton's been on the scoring end of both of them. There's Chris Ellington. He's saying, what's going on here? I think Chris is a little upset because I think his players got a little bit out of rhythm and out of sync offensively when taking some bad shots, and Hermon capitalized. But what he's trying to do defensively is working because he's got Hannon, I believe, is going to go to the bench with fatigue, and I think Thayer is a little bit tired as well. And we just saw before the break 5 players coming into the game. So the intensity level is up there for both teams, Rockland and Hermon.
Hannon went right to the water bottle when he got to the sideline.
Yeah, he was kind of walking up the court before that break in the action.
So right now, Chris Patton is just like they say, stay at home. He's staying down the blocks, waiting, and they penetrate, give him an easy shot. He's left-handed from the left side, kisses the glass, and this time he gets fouled, so he'll come back with a foul shot. And Rockland leading by 19 to 17 with 4:24 left in first half action.
Nice run here by Hermon to get right back in this game with their penetration against the Rockland Tigers. They've taken Hannon out of the game. Now they're really at a size disadvantage, are the Hermon Hawks. And we'll see if Rockland can capitalize with their quickness and their offensive tenacity on the boards.
Baker is checked back in for Rockland. They have Norton along with Curtis, Fishman, and Bartlett. And Hermon counters with Limo, Brazier, Kroll, Thayer, and on the foul line is Patton, and he hits for 3.
He's got 5 points here in the last minute.
19-18, down by 1 now, 4:21 as the Hawks have soared back in this one. Baker with it now. Baker looking for help, still turning. Still turning. It'll be a 5-second call. Guarding the player closely.
Right, nice defense that time by Thayer. Old Brent went right after Baker that time, and none of the other Rockland Tigers could get open, so they got the 5-second call.
4:11 remains in first half action. Brazier starts down, and he runs right over the top of Curtis, and he caused the player control foul.
Got to be under control. Wade's got to be under control in that situation. Chris Curtis just moved over and picked up the player control foul. Here it is right here. Here he comes right here. He's moving right in. Boom, is he still? It looks like it, and Brazier's called on the foul. That's his 2nd foul. And 17 fouls, so they're going to go to the foul line. There's Chris Elkington. He's kind of scratching his head over there.
Curtis was kind of flexing his right arm. He took a good jolt that time from the bigger man, Brazier, so he'll be on the foul line. 4:08 remains in first half action. As Curtis' foul shot is up, it's no good. Rebound taken off by Kroll of the Hermon Hawks, and they slow the ball down. Hannon will get ready to check back in for Hermon. Is Thayer with it, double team. Now he turns looking for help. Goes to Brazier. Brazier holds over his head. 3:50, 49 rather left. Have to look at the other clock at this point. Brazier starts down, baseline shot, hung in the air, and he drew the foul from Baker.
Right, Brazier really getting involved in the offense at this point in the second period. That time dribbled across the lane and got all the way to the baseline and was able to get the shot off. He had to double pump it, and it caused him to miss, but he is going to go to the line for 2, and Hannon's coming back in for Hermon, so he got a nice rest. 3:43 left to go here in the second period.
Baker had committed only his second personal foul. Foul shot is up and good by Brazier.
So we're tied.
19-19 as far as the 1-1. The Rockland's in it now, but they have not committed but 5. They have 2 more to go before they put the Hermon Hawks into 1-1. So a pair by Brazier puts the Hermon Hawks ahead first time in the game, 20-19. Pass goes to Norton. Norton holds over his head, guarded by Brazier. Still holds. Now starts to move to the middle. Stops. Goes to Bartlett. Nice inside move by Bartlett. Puts it up and in.
Nice play that time too. A great pass by Norton to see Bartlett was just barely open. Got him the ball, and he was able to go by Hannon.
Fishman picks up the assignment on Brazier now. Thayer with it. Guarded by Baker of Rockland. Thayer of the Hermon Hawks starts to move. Loops a pass inside. This time it doesn't go. Fishman picks it off. Away from the save attempted by Patton. As Fishman down to the left side, starts to move toward the middle. Now he's going to take the shot pop. It's no good. Rebound strong by Hannon. Boy, when Hannon gets up, he gets up.
Right, Hannon went up strong for the rebound, but who has that number 44? That's Bartlett. He was real strong after Hannon, caused the hell ball. It's going to be Hermon's ball, but a great defensive play by Bartlett.
Hannon still looks like he's fatigued.
Fishman going out, number 41 for Rockland.
Alimo now loops it into Hannon. They're still in their backcourt. Ooh, that's kind of a dangerous pass. As Seavey almost picked it
and
off.
Another one.
Cross courts are not in the coach's manual. As Thayer starts down with it right down the middle, and he rifles it toward Patton. And Bartlett and Hannon are kind of pushing each other.
Right, Chris Patton that time just took a step too early. Hermon going to get the ball back, deflected out of bounds by Rockland.
Alimo now he loops it into Brazier, but taken away by Bartlett.
Bartlett is all over the place. He's a jumping jack out there.
They've got their 3 super subs in there right now. As York will be getting ready to check back in. Cataline with the ball now. Right side goes to Seavey. Nice pass inside to Norton. Reverse now, puts it up, hangs, no good. Rebound by Hannon. Hannon, long pass, going to go to Alimo. Alimo starts to go to the right side, and all the orange converts, so he slows it down. Now it goes to Thayer. Thayer on the dribble, right side goes to Brazier, guarded by Seavey. Inside will go to Limo. Limo's going to take the pop, it's around, no good. Rebound by Norton. Norton comes off in a gallop. He starts down the right side with it, now slows it down, looking for help. Back outside to Baker. Goes to Cataline. Cataline middle Seavey. Seavey turns in traffic. Seavey's going to put it up. Deflected. Hannon comes off with the rebound.
Deflected by Alimo and picked out by Hannon. Good defensive time that time down by Hermon.
Thayer with it now. Left side goes to Alimo. Got it by Cataline. Hermon Hawks trailing now 21-20. 1:37 remains in first half action. Nice give and go. Shot is no good by Alimo from Thayer, but Bartlett comes off with another one. There's the great sub right there. He comes off with another strong rebound.
Right, Fishman just going to check back in. You can see him in the rear of your picture there.
Now it goes to Bartlett. Top to Norton, left side to Baker. Baker swings it inside. Bartlett turns with Hannon. There's Cataline. He puts it up. It's no good. Rebound long left. Picked off by Thayer. Thayer is converged on the Seavey foul.
Right. Rockland's gone a little cold offensively. Haven't been able to get anything in the last minute or so. And there's Chris with his head down. Now he's going to get Fishman and York back in the game and see if he can change that offensive flow a little bit.
And Curtis will also check back in for Rockland. 1:07 remaining.
Baker and Bartlett going out.
21-20 the score as Rockland low scoring first half, but certainly the wheels have been grinding on both sides. Long lead pass goes to Brazier. Brazier goes right to the glass, now takes it back, puts it up and good.
Nice play by Wade. He stayed right with it. He almost lost control of that ball, and then he was able to go across the baseline and get a little jump shot. He was able to take that because another Hermon player hustled to get in the picture for the offensive rebound.
The long arms and the great jumping ability gets him up over anybody. Norton now with it. Now he goes right side to Fishman. 44 seconds remaining. 22-21, Hermon leading. York with it now, got it by Thayer. You can see Thayer's face is quite red. He's worked out today. Curtis back out now, goes to York, glances up at the clock with 30 seconds remaining. Starts the left side, goes to Fishman. They're a structured ball club, there's no question. Nice move inside the paint and put up, and it's no good. Fishman battles the rebound. Hannon's there. And it's off to Thayer with 14 seconds left.
Just got a long bounce to Fishman. That almost went in, and they're going to look for the last shot, I would believe, Hermon.
Limo, 7 seconds. It's deflected away by Norton.
That was the play to go to Limo and then post up Chris Patton down on the blocks, and it was deflected out of bounds on a good hustling play by Mike Norton, number 13.
5 seconds remaining now. Inbounds, a nice play goes to Brazier. Fouls on Seavey, but he did not get the basket, so we have to go to the line to earn it.
One of the things that's very difficult in high school basketball, if you don't play each other during the regular seasons, is to scout the out-of-bounds plays. And here it comes right here. There's Brazier going up real strong against Rockland, and he's going to go to the line for 2. And that time, Hermon caught Rockland on that out-of-bounds play, and he's going to the line for 2 shots.
Seavey picks up his second personal foul. Brazier makes the foul shot. 4 seconds remaining. Time for probably one more shot.
Chris shaking his head.
Probably trying to think what he's going to say at halftime. Second shot is up. This is no good. Rebound tipped around. Comes off the Patton. There he is. He puts it up. It's no good. And at the end of the first half, we have a 23-21 score. And I think a real fine played first half.
Excellent basketball game. There's Clayton Blood, the coach of the Hermon Hawks, and he's got to be really pleased with the way his team has performed here. They got the lead 23-21.
All right, thank you very much. And at halftime here in this Class B game, we're with the gentleman who was coaching just a game ago, the JV coach of the Hermon girls, but better known to baseball fans around the state for his years as a terrific pitcher at the University of Maine, Mike DeAndrea. Mike, the girls kind of ran into a buzzsaw today against that Holton club.
Well, Holton played a tough game. They controlled the boards, and they shot very well, especially from the foul line. But we didn't give up. We played tough, and I think we can go away saying that we gave it everything we had.
Now, what's a baseball player doing out here coaching girls basketball in Hermon, Maine? How did that happen?
Well, after my first semester, I finished up classes. After my first semester, I knew I'd have some time on my hands, and I think in high school, basketball is my favorite sport, and I just wanted to be around it and be part of it, something to keep me busy so I wouldn't be going nuts, you know? So I devoted a little bit of my time to this, and I got a lot out of it.
So you enjoyed working with the high school age level then?
I liked it a lot. Tim Thornton was great to work with. He was very open to a lot of my suggestions, and he taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't know, and everything worked out well. And I think I'd like to coach again next year if it's possible.
What type of things from your baseball days were able to use in basketball in terms of coaching?
I think one thing you got to always remember is give it everything you got. That's one motto I live by. You can't walk away from any event if you play your hardest and you give it everything you have. 2 weeks, 2 years down the road, you're not going to say, geez, you know, I could have done this or I should have done this. If you do it the first time around, then you're all right.
Mike, you're a great example to the kids of what hard work and desire can do. After a great career at the University of Maine, you signed a contract with the Atlanta Braves, and you had a real fine season in the rookie ball.
Right. Well, I was very happy with the season I had down in Virginia. I'm hoping to go back to spring training and move up, obviously. I think I will move up, especially 23. It's getting up there in age, I guess, so at least at that level. So they're going to make a move with me, and hopefully it'll be up.
Not a lot of gray hair showing yet, but what happens? What do you hear from the Braves management? Do they give you an idea of what plans they might have for your future, or is it just a situation where you go to camp and work your hardest and hope things work out for you?
Right. Well, that's the thing. I mean, you have 200 other kids, you know, in your spot, and they're fighting. It's very competitive. Every game you have to go out there and you have to do well. If you don't, then there's someone behind you that's going to do well. So that's the situation. You go down to spring training, whoever does well will get the shot. If I do well, obviously they hire me because they gave me an award for player of my team this past summer, but right now that means nothing. I have to go back and start all over again and work hard and get ready for the season.
Mike, it's real good to have people like you working with the youngsters in Eastern Maine. We wish you well this baseball season. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Mike DeAndrea of the Atlanta Braves, and of course the JV coach of the Hermon girls, who were in here earlier today in the Class B semifinals.
Here we are back at the Bangor Auditorium for boys semifinal action. Second half of our first semifinal game between the Hermon Hawks 23 and the Rockland Tigers 21. Hermon back on the court with their starters, their 5 starters, and here comes Rockland under coach Chris Elkington, bringing their team back on the court, and Mark Fishman, number 41, coming at the bottom of your picture, going to put the ball into play from Jerry Adams to start the second half. Joe?
Both teams starting the same personnel as they did in the beginning of the game. 23-21, Hermon leading. Norton with the ball now at the foul line. Back outside of Fishman, left side Cataline. Cataline holds, looks for people, goes to Curtis, now to Fishman of the Rockland Tigers. He puts the afterburners on, goes right to the glass and picks the foul from Jay Hannon.
Right away we see something that I'm sure Chris Elkington is talking about, and he's up clapping on the other side of the court, is let's get the ball to Mark and let's take it inside against their big people and see if we can't get some foul trouble against Hannon for Hermon.
He's picked up his second now as Fishman goes to the line. Rugged build individual, was on the state championship as a starter a year ago. Foul shot is up and good. More or less the shot put method.
Right.
It doesn't have to look pretty as long as it goes in.
That's correct, but he's got good position on the ball and great spin on the ball. I missed that one, a little off to the right, but
Hannon picks up another rebound off to Brazier. Brazier starts down with it to the right side. Now goes to Alimo. Inside, and Curtis is fouling Hannon. Staying right with him, and he's using Hannon. He's leaning on him.
that time Crowell was on the block on the ball side, then went away, and Hannon slid down, and Curtis could not get there in time and committed the foul.
23-22 the score. Hermon still leads by 1. Hannon gets the inbound. The pop is up and good. Their time was a mismatch.
Right, and
but Curtis was right in his face with his hand.
But here's the second half strategy. Clayton Blood has moved Hannon down low to take advantage of the size of Curtis, guarding him.
There's York outside, goes to Curtis. Curtis now goes to Cataline. Cataline right side to Fishman. Fishman still holds. Looking now, back outside of Cataline, left side goes to Curtis. Now to Norton, got it by Kroll. Rockland Tigers, there's a nice move by Norton, puts it up and in. Once he gets under, he's got tremendous leaping ability.
Exactly, and there's a foul on the inbounds pass by York against Thayer. But nice play that time by Norton, and he took it right to Hannon, and Hannon had to back off because he was looking at foul number 3 for Hermon.
Kroll checks out as coming in the game would be Chris Patton. Patton had 7 points in that first half. Now it goes to Thayer. Thayer starts to bring it down. Jamie York is on him, putting the pressure. Doing with a left hand. Kind of warding off with the left hand now.
Yeah.
Alimo inside goes to Hannon. Hannon turns again. It's no good. Rebound taken off by Norton of the Rockland Tigers. Off to York.
Same strategy, though. Back into Hannon on the low block against Curtis.
Goes to Cataline, back to Norton. Norton holds over his head, now goes to York. He'll start to set up. Hermon leads by 1, 25-24. And kind of a cat and mouse game here. Fishman behind the back to the left side, goes to Cataline. Cataline holds, looking. Now back to the top to Fishman. Fishman part way out, Alimo is on him. 25-24 the score, Hermon by 1. Curtis turns now to Fishman. Fishman gets by Alima, goes to the hole and puts it in.
Same play as before, only it took a little bit longer to develop.
Rockland regains the lead. Hannon in the backcourt now. Curtis is right there. He'll dream of Curtis tonight. Thayer now to Brazier. Brazier starts. He's going to take the pop. It's up. It's no good. Rebound by Alima. Puts it up. No good. Rebound strong by Norton, but he loses it out of bounds.
Tough play that time by Alimo. Tipped it to himself and went back up with a shot. He was wide open and just overshot the ball a little bit. And then Norton knocked it out of bounds on the rebound.
Bartlett will check back in as Curtis will go to the sideline. So Bartlett will have the chore to guard Hannon.
I think so. That's a good move by Chris because Hannon was on the low block on 2 occasions. There he is again. Wants the ball from Brazier.
Brazier's going to stop, going to pop. It's no good. And if you watch Brazier move and Brazier shoot, no one's going to block his shot. He goes so high, and he's got those long arms.
Great elevation by Wade Brazier. Number 44 for Hermon.
2 well-matched teams here, and third quarter action. 26-25. Rockland Tigers leading Hermon with 5:22 remaining in this third quarter. Fishman out deep now. Right side Cataline. Got it by Alimo. Cataline looking now. Back to Fishman. A lot of patience in this offense. You look at Elkington in the sidelines with his hands over his mouth. He looks like he's sleeping. But they're working it a lot better than they did the first half for him.
Being a lot more patient with it, and what it's doing, it's making Hermon play defense. And there they did. They isolated.
There goes Ballard, and Ballard picks up the foul, doesn't make the shot. Alimo came over from the weak side and draws the foul.
Exactly, and that's what they've done is they've isolated on the left-hand side of the court. And at that time, the isolation was against Hannon. and Bartlett got by him, but the other Hermon player, here it is right here. There's the nice drive by Bartlett. And here comes the Hermon player. Who's that for Hermon? Alimo coming in to cause the foul.
Foul shot by Bartlett off the glass and in.
Off the glass, still counts as one.
One of the coaches for the Rockland Tigers that his boy plays last year, Kyle Woodman.
Here comes the pressure now after the make.
28-25. Curtis is, I should say, Jamie York is right there with Thayer. Now to Olimo. Olimo is going to go all the way to the glass, puts it up. Partial deflection, but there's in right there. Patton who puts it in.
Great defensive play by Norton. He got a piece of it, but there was Patton. Johnny on the spot, puts in the putback.
York now to Cataline, gets his man in the air. Now he's going to take the pop, puts it off the glass high, no good. Norton's there, loses, and they're going to call a foul on Brazier.
Right, I believe it's on Brazier. Good offensive rebound that time by Norton. Ball went off the glass. More than likely it's going to come off the front. Here it is. There's the shot by Cataline. Watch it come off the front, and here comes Norton. Good, strong rebound, and there's the reach in by Brazier.
Norton with the ball right in the paint, scoops it inside. Cataline picks off, no good. Rebound by Norton. He turns on a lot of traffic, puts it up over the glass, and the foul is on Hannon.
Right.
I believe that's his third, and Brazier has 3.
That's his third personal foul, and that was a yeoman heroic effort by Norton. He just went up and got the ball real strong, real hard, stayed with it, and kind of threw it over his shoulder. Right here, there's the follow-through right there, and it's up off the glass, and the foul by Hannon, 34.
30-27 as Rockland has a 3-point lead now. 4:17 remaining third quarter action. Norton caps off the 3. 31-27 as they put the full court pressure on.
Let's see if they stop the long pass now.
Now it goes to Hannon, off to Thayer. Baker will pick him up. Ryan stays with him as now the switch off, and Fishman has him. Now to Brazier. Cataline there is with him. Brazier pivoting, still pivoting, now starts to move, and Cataline is fouling.
Nice.
They seem to spread out their fouls too. It's different people.
Well, they're playing 8 people,
That's
so
right, and that helps, but they got the 2 big men where they want them right now with 3 personals on them. So they picked it up, Bob. You picked it up excellently. The left side, they kind of isolated once they get by. Fishman has that burst of speed. He kind of lulls you, and then all of a sudden, bang, he's in, and he goes to the glass.
he's got a good first step and great quickness, and you're absolutely right. This is a nice timeout right here with 4:01 to go in the third quarter by Clayton Blood. And we got a little announcement here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying our coverage out there this year of high school basketball in this tournament, please let us know. Drop us a card, send it to basketball, Maine Public Television, 1450 Lisbon Street, Lewiston, Maine. There it is on your screen, 04240. And we say thank you. If you like us, drop us a line and tell us.
There's Chris.
Yeah, and there was a good timeout before, just a moment ago, Clayton Blood took. He thought that the offense of Hermon was a little bit out of sync. Wade Brazier got fouled on the penetration, but they're going to get the ball. He saw a chance to stop things and see if he could set something up and get something off from this inbounds play.
4:01 left in third quarter action. 31-27 the score.
He set the out-of-bounds play underneath, and now they're giving it to him on the side. That's what he's complaining about. There goes Jerry Adams talking to Clayton right now. Clayton set the out-of-bounds play up underneath the basket, and now the official's going to give him the ball on the sideline. So that changes things a little bit for the out-of-bounds play. There's Clayton right there. He knows. He said, I want it on the end line.
Right. What do you think we called the timeout for? Thayer with it. Baker guarding him. Thayer to the left side. On the dribble, turns, nice move by Thayer. Loses, but picked up in the air by Patton, and he puts it in!
Mr. Patton, Johnny on the spot. He's everywhere.
He stays at home and picks up the garbage, so to speak, and he puts it in. 31-29 the score. Baker to the right side, now to Bartlett. Bartlett against Hannon, now to Norton. Norton gonna drive, puts it up, and gets the roll.
That's the roll. Nice play that time by Norton. Instead of coming to the left side, Norton went down the middle, saw an opening, and was able to convert.
Pass inside, deflected away, Cataline picks it off.
There's the pressure. There's the turnover right there.
Baker with it now, 33-29. Rockland leading, 3:17. Now goes to Norton. Got it by Patton. Now turns, still turns, gets back outside to Baker. As Chris Elkington wants him to set up. Bartlett with it now against Hannon. Bartlett's going to put it up, and I believe he's going to get the player control, and he is. And he takes Patton out of control.
Nice play by
Puts
Patton.
him on his back, I should say.
Yes, but a nice play by Patton that time. He saw Bartlett was out of the control, stepped in, and he got the player control foul. Here it is, quickly. Here comes Bartlett. Watch, here comes Patton into your picture, and there it is.
And Hannon didn't want to foul, so he laid off, so Patton had to come over. Limo now off to Thayer. Thayer got it by Baker. Now bounces to Brazier, got it by Cataline. Brazier's inside to Patton, and they're going to go to the hot hand, and Brazier passes to Patton, and Patton picks up another foul, and he puts in the basket.
Yes, and I think Clayton likes what he sees out there as far as the penetration, and we've seen it now beginning here in the third period as we saw in the second period. That time there, the Brazier, instead of taking and looking for the outside shot, he looked for the penetration, and who stepped in? Mr. Patton. Pick up the pass, looking for the conventional three. Had a great basketball game, Chris Patton.
This is only the third period. Foul shot up, it's no good. Rebound by Norton, 33-31, with 2:47 left in third quarter action. Baker with the ball against Thayer for Rockland. Now goes to Seavey, and he just couldn't control it and loses it out of bounds.
Well, another turnover by Rockland, though.
33-31 the score. Full court pressure. Thayer against Baker in the backcourt. He'll bring down. And Cataline is reaching in. Both Thayer and Hannon will know they've been someplace after this game.
Exactly. He likes to use the run and jump in the half court. And the run and jump means the defender guarding the man with the ball tries to push the offensive player into another teammate, and they like to jump the ball.
Seavey now will switch off and take Brazier. Alimo, nice lead. No one's there. Puts it up and in. I thought Seavey had him. Evidently he didn't.
Great out of bounds play that time by Hermon. Excellent call.
33-33 now. 2:21. There's Patton. Deflection by Alimo. 3-point by Brazier. No good. There's Alimo. No good. Rebound knocked away. Brazier comes off with it. He's going to put it up and no good, and he draws a foul.
Getting all the loose balls right now, Hermon. Everything's bouncing their way. They haven't made those two shots, but just an excellent turnaround that time with Brazier. He had his hand on everything. Took the outside shot, got a rebound, got another shot, and was fouled.
And Hermon's really crashing their offensive board now, trying to keep that ball alive as Baker checks out and York checks back in for Rockland. We're locked at 33 here in third quarter action. Wade Brazier on the line. He's played 3 years now for the Hermon Hawks as a starter. Bartlett will check back in. Very quick, very difficult to defend against. He beats you to his own spot, and then once he goes up, you're at the mercy. If it goes in, he goes in. If it doesn't, you're lucky, I guess.
Right. No, he's got great elevation and great execution on his shot.
Well, shot is up and good. So he splits a pair, and Hermon leads 34-33. And there's going to be a foul called on Patton as he's fouling Curtis.
Quick move that time by Coach Blood of Hermon to change up the defense, and now they're in a full court pressure situation, trying to cause the Rockland turnover.
That's the third foul on Patton as well. So Hannon, Patton,
there it is.
Steele, a Limo foul line shot, no good. Rebound strong by Bartlett. He comes off with it, and to Seavey. Seavey starts down with it now. The sophomore to his right, left, looks for help. Now goes to Bartlett, waiting for York. Thayer's there with York. He can't get it to him, so he turns. Now it goes outside of York. As mentioned earlier, Jamie can bury the threes, so keep that in mind when we get down to crunch time. Now to Bartlett. Bartlett, nice pass. There it goes, straight away, no good. Rebound tipped around, still tipped. Underneath, coming up is finally Fishman, and he brings it back outside.
And a loose ball of Rockland at that time.
And Elkington says, get the ball back out to York and set up. York turns, left side goes to Fishman, got it by Brazier. 34-33. There goes Fishman now, goes back outside to Bartlett. Bartlett holds, it goes back to York, he turns. 1:08 remains in third quarter action. Hermon by 1, 34-33. York with it now, turns, bounces to Fishman. Fishman with Brazier now. Looks, goes to top to Bartlett. Bartlett's going to go right to the glass, puts it up, and they call it for traveling.
First step that time by Brian Bartlett thought he was going to get fouled, but they called the travel before the contact.
Kroll checks back in for the Hermon Hawks. Robbie Watson, as Alimo sets down with Hannon. And Naughton gets a chance to come back in with 53 seconds remaining in third quarter action. Brazier down with the ball. Brazier, nice pass inside. It goes up and good by Patton. He's been on fire all 3 quarters.
Mr. Johnny on the spot. Just get the ball down inside and I'll be there.
Brazier, another assist as he sees him open, and evidently they're taking him lightly. He must have.
Here it is. Here it is right here.
12 or 13
He kind of fumbles it, and then he goes up with it, and he gets the roll and the foul against Norton. That's his third.
Cataline checks back in. And now 42 for the Hermon Hawks. That'd be Roy Perry. First time we've seen him, and he'll give Brazier a rest with 45 seconds remaining in third quarter action. So we're ready for crunch time as Patton's foul shot is good. Boy, he's played a sterling game so far.
There's the pressure again. They're trying to get another turnover, and they're giving their starters some rest here at the end of the third.
37-33 the score. Norton with it now, and they're going to call Norton for traveling.
Norton didn't like that either. He figured that he was pivoting and thought he'd get fouled. Here comes Brazier back in, maybe for last shot. Brazier coming in, and now Fishman coming in. 35 seconds left. We'll see if Hermon holds for one.
They're up by 4, excuse me, 37-33, 35 seconds left. We've got 8 minutes after this left. The ball is deflected out of bounds, so it'll turn over quickly for Rockland.
Tough pass that time. Whitaker helping out Adams on the call from behind. They did hit Brazier's knee and went out of bounds.
There's a picture of Chris right there, Elkington, the Rockland Tigers, 37-33. And evidently they're going to play for one. Bartlett now to York. York back to Bartlett. Bartlett at the foul line to Cataline. 19 seconds left. Fishman looking now. Goes to York. York turns. He's going to go to Bartlett. Bartlett still holds with 10 seconds left. Now to Fishman. Got it by Brazier. He's going to take the screen and the pop. Yes! It's a 2. And it's Brazier's going to take the last shot of the third period. Goes under the basket. After 3 complete, 37-35. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this. Well, in that period, Bob, both teams scored 14 apiece, so we still have a 2-point differential here as Hermon led 23-21 at halftime. They lead 37-35 after 3.
Right, excellent, well-played game. Very cat and mouse type of a game we have here this afternoon, this boys semifinal action. One of the things I think we got to look for, and both teams should guard against. Here it is, they're getting it in quick. Rockland's a little late, but they're back. Is the quick spurt. Whoever can get a 3, 4, 5-point run. Let's watch for that here in the fourth period.
Cataline's on Brazier. Hermon has the ball, goes to Thayer. York is guarding him. Now goes to Patton. Patton's going to put up a left-handed pop. This time it's no good. Rebound by Kroll is up no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, and they say it'll be Rockland's ball.
Rockland's ball. Real hustle move that time by Bartlett, number 44 for Rockland. He's going to take the ball inbound. He really worked hard on the glass that time.
Pass goes to Fishman. Fishman starts down with it. He goes right to the right side now. Outside to York. Rockland trails by 2 in a low-scoring semifinal game here, Class B. We'll be on the air again tonight at 7 for the other 2 games of the semifinals. Fishman of Rockland. Now inside goes to York. York holds over his head back outside to Bartlett. Norton with it now. Norton looks inside. Back to Bartlett. 7-11 left in this contest. See who will get into the finals. Goes to Norton. Norton with it. Norton right to the glass. Norton's going to put an off-balance shot up. And Thayer is going to get the foul.
Right. Brent Thayer came over to try to stop the penetration of Mike Norton. And Mike saw him there and was able to pick up the contact. He's going to go to the foul. And here he comes. This Thayer right here. Thayer's kind of out of position. And reaching in, got him with the body, and then on the arm on the shot.
It's a 2-shot foul, and Hermon has not committed their 17 foul yet. 17 fouls in a half will constitute the 1-on-1. It used to be 5, now it's 7. 7 minutes remaining in this contest. A chance to tie now for Norton, 37-36. Rockland trails by a scant point.
Our viewers saw Chris Elkington pointing towards the baseline. That means pick up the pressure, guys. Here they come.
37-37. Thayer starts down with it now. Thayer still in the dribble. But right to the baseline, all the way under, tries to get it back, but Bartlett's there to pick it off the York. You talk about those 5 or 6 point runs. There's Fishman left-handed up and they player control.
Player control, no basket. Mark Fishman, there's Clayton Blood up flapping. Nice play. Clayton likes that kind of thing. He wants his players there to take that foul if they can. Here comes Fishman, real determined, going to go with the left hand. But the Hermon player stationary, and we have the player control foul. No basket, ball going the other way.
Both Fishman and Norton have learned to develop that left hand in situations like that. Pass goes to Alimo. Nice pass inside to Patton. Patton's there, and he's being fouled. That was a good foul by Norton, but that may be his 4th.
Bullet pass by Alimo. I didn't think he could get that through there. And there was Patton again, just making himself available on the block. Just get me the ball.
That's the 4th on Mike Norton, so they can't afford to lose him early in this 4th period.
Not with 6:36, and Chris is going to substitute, I believe, and get Mike out of the game. Yes, you're right, Joe. Coming in is Seavey, Chris Seavey for Rockland. Mike Norton, number 13, going to the bench for Rockland. And Patton back on the line.
Patton's charges here. Chris Patton is a junior.
And we might add, he's a first sub generally off the bench for Hermon. Doing a great job today.
Ball shot is up, it's no good. Rebound by Alimo is no good. Seavey comes off with the rebound. The sophomore picks up a very important rebound for the Rockland Tigers.
And a big break for Rockland that time, because I thought Alimo had that putback.
6:25 remains in this contest. We're locked at 37. Bartlett with the ball now for Rockland, leads to York. York in a lot of traffic, gets inside, but the Cataline is on the line, and he loses the ball out of bounds.
York got squeezed on the baseline by Thayer. A very, very nice defensive play. Tried to pass across the foul lane, and the Rockland player was out of bounds. So Hermon's going to get the ball back, setting up their press offense against Rockland's pressure.
Alimo will put it in play. Patton breaks, but they decide to go to Brazier. Brazier with those long arms can help him keep the ball away from anybody. Thayer turns to his left side. Now looking for help, looking for Brazier. He's got him. Cataline's there with him. They're locked at 37 here with 5:55 left in the contest, and Bartlett picks up the foul.
Tough defense that time by Brian Bartlett, number 44 for Rockland. He was right on Brazier, but just at the end of the shot, he committed the foul. So he's going to go for 2 shots. Wade Brazier for the Hermon Hawks to break this tie.
Chris Elkington, whereas Norton right to his left. And we'll see him before this contest is over. Foul shot is up, it's no good. Well, how many times have you said this over the last 25 years or so?
Oh,
they all seem to show up in the last quarter.
They always show up so big in the last period.
Brazier's second shot, no good as well. Rebound tipped around, but there's our man Bartlett, a Rockland man's Bartlett, and Patton is fouling him.
Right, and Patton almost had the steal. Now they're going to the 1-and-1 down on the other end. So both teams in a 1-and-1 with the 17 fouls here with 5:50 left to go in the 4th period. There's the action right there. There's Bartlett. He looks like he's away. Now Patton's going to come back. He's not through yet, and he's going over across the arms for the common foul. And he's going to get 1-and-1.
So Bartlett will go to the line. There's Curtis, Baker, and Norton for the Rockland Tigers still on the bench. Foul shot is high and no good. Rebound by Hannon. Now off to Brazier. Seemed like we've been at 37 for a while.
Forever.
5:44. Last quarter action. Chance to play the winner of John Bapp's Cameron Rockport this evening, or this evening's winner. Now to Hannon. The ball's been flicked away. There's Bartlett again. Picks it off.
Great defensive floor game Mr. Bartlett has had today.
Brian Bartlett is a senior. Jamie York, a junior. Left side goes to Fishman. Fishman's outside to pop is no good. There's Bartlett. He's in traffic, puts it up, and he's traveling.
Traveling, yes. A nice play by Hannon that time. Didn't do an awful lot of movement, but just moved over enough and changed Bartlett's mind. And he comes up with a travel instead of the shot.
Hannon breaks, but Limo doesn't decide to go long. I think it'll be kind of treacherous going long now. There's not much time left, and you can't afford any mistakes when you're locked at 37. And timeout has been called by Thayer as the Hermon Hawks go to the sideline, and Baker will check back in for the Rockland Tigers.
There's Clayton Blood looking at Rockland to see what Chris Elkington is going to do substitution-wise and then make his moves offensively and defensively. I think what he wants to do, he just wants to kind of settle the kids down, give them a little break and a blow at this particular point in the game. I don't think you're going to see him do much, anything much different. Maybe try to get Hannon back down on the blocks. That was fairly successful for him coming out of the blocks in the third period, where Hannon made the couple of shots inside. So we'll watch that, and we'll also watch to see if Chris Elkington goes back. There's Chris, goes back to his bread and butter, the isolation move on the left side of the court for Fishman on the drive. Another thing, we haven't seen Mike Naughton go back in the game. We'll see how long Chris holds him out with his foul trouble with 5:05 left to go. So a lot of things to watch for as we come down to the end of our first semifinal boys matchup here this afternoon in the auditorium.
Both teams have improved immensely over the season. I think the coaches have been able to find the people they've wanted so they could put in for tournament time.
They tried the same play as they worked earlier with Brazier, but that didn't work this time. Rockland was up to it.
Baker will take the challenge now to guard Thayer. Cataline is on Brazier. Thayer with it. Thayer's going to turn, and they're going to call a player control on Thayer as he pushed Baker off with his left hand.
Brent Thayer has been kind of doing that subtly the whole game, and I think this time the official, Mr. Whitaker, said, "Hey, Brent, that's enough. You had him right by the midsection, and we're going to call the player control foul on you." That's his third foul. So
still locked at 37, 4:54 left. Pass-in is taken away by Hermon. Alimo back to Thayer. Thayer's going to take the outside three. No good. Rebound long right, and it goes out of bounds.
Nice play by Fishman. For this reason, if he would have grabbed the ball there, then the Hermon player could have trapped him in the corner, but he let it go out of bounds, and now it's Rockland's ball.
Butler with trouble getting it in, but it finally goes to Baker. Baker with a lot of people. Now to Seavey. Seavey starts up, and they're going to call a foul on Patton.
Reach in foul on Patton from behind. Seavey going to go to the foul line. Good pressure that time by Hermon, but Seavey was smart enough to get through the pressure, and Patton had to reach in to prevent the up-court pass. Here comes Naughton back in, 4:39, and Bartlett goes out. Strong game by Bartlett. There's Chris Elkington giving him shaking his hand. He played an excellent game.
So on the line will be Chris Seavey. Chris, 6'2" sophomore, will be the nucleus for the Rockland team. And he's going to get another one, or he should have got another one, because Patton just kind of leaned forward into the paint.
Yeah, I was wondering though if the Rockland player beside him kind of gave him a little nudge to push him in. He's going to get another 1-and-1. Big break here for Rockland. We're still at 37.
Forever. Foul shot up by Seavey, and he gains another chance, so he makes the first half of the 1-and-1. As we have 1-and-1 on both sides going down, 4:39 left, and finally we cracked the 37 mark. It's 38-37 now, as Rockland leads by 1. Second shot is up, and it's good.
2 foul shots that time by Seavey.
Still full court pressure put on there in the backcourt, guarded by Baker. Baker is going to put the hands on, and they're going to have him for fouling now.
Nice play that time by Thayer. Thayer saw that he had Baker beat just by a bit, and then cut him off on the crossover dribble, and Baker fouls, and here comes York back in for Baker, I believe.
Baker a junior, York also a junior for Rockland. He comes back in. That's the 4th on Baker. And got some Patton also has 4, so 2 people in jeopardy of fouling out, along with Norton. And Norton is back in there, and that's the reason why he's back there. A strong rebound on the foul shot miss. 39-37, Rockland leads. York comes down with it, and Norton, he's not bashful, no good. Rebound tip, finally taken off by Seavey. Back out to York. And Chris Elkington wants a timeout. So I think Chris will probably take a little air of the ball now.
Chris will run his offense and be very, very patient and deliberate with it. It won't be a stall game, and it won't be a delay game, but it'll be very, very deliberate and try to run some time off on the clock. He's into the 1-and-1 situation. Hermon has had some trouble on the foul line. Thayer just missed a 1-on-1, and so did Brazier earlier. So they've got to be able to convert their foul shots. There's Chris talking to his troops, getting them ready for the final push. 4:14 left with a 2-point lead.
2-point lead, and we were at 37 for quite a while, and then some foul shots here and there. So fouls so important in this game. Rockland, as mentioned again, I'll probably say this and the game will go expire. Jamie York can shoot threes.
Yeah.
He had one game, I can't remember who it was against this year, but he hit around 6. And he does have that outside ability. If you could have seen Rockland back December 22nd to today, you'd never think that they were the same ball club. They've really developed.
Let's watch one other thing here as they both teams come out of the huddle back on the court. Let's watch for a change up on defense, both by Rockland and Hermon. Let's see if that maybe they can surprise each other and get a turnover.
Fishman with it now, off to York. York is double teamed. He turns, goes right to the paint. Nice bounce pass inside, missed by Seavey. I think Hannon might have had a hand on it.
He got a little piece of it, I believe. If he didn't, he at least altered the shot.
Thayer with it now. Hermon trails by 2. Thayer turns, right side goes to Alimo. Alimo looking inside, now to Brazier, got it by Cataline. Nice pass inside, but Norton is there, and Patton is just fouled out of this game.
Tough break right there for Chris Patton. He got himself in a bad situation. I don't know if we'll see it again, but he got himself in a bad situation and committed a foul. But the Hermon people are on the other side. They're giving him a standing ovation. Very, very appreciative of his play here this afternoon. Chris Patton from Hermon, number 40, 6'1" junior. Getting congratulated by his coach, Clayton Blood, and the rest of the Hermon Hawks.
So that's the first casualty of the game, but there's many more out there.
All right, and Chris goes out with 16 big points for the Hermon Hawks.
Coming off the bench, very remarkable. Foul shot by Norton, no good. Rebound by Brazier. So now it's going to be up to Brazier to kind of pick it up a little bit, and Hannon there has been able to bring the ball down all afternoon. Now to Hannon. Hannon inside, goes to Brazier, and that's what I mean. Well, that's Alimo, I'm sorry.
Nice cut that time, and a good look pass.
Alimo with a good jump, and they're going to call a foul on Thayer.
Thayer was moving. He was moving. If he had been stationary, he probably would have gotten that call, but because he was moving backwards, the foul was on Brent Thayer, number 30 for Hermon. That's his 4th personal foul, and it sends Fishman to the line for Rockland.
Now it's hand-wringing time. 3:28 left, 39-39. Foul shots become so big when you're under 5 minutes in the 4th period. Foul shot is up and good. All net. Good balance.
Good balance and good rotation on the ball that time by Fishman.
Fishman with the experience of a year ago, along with Norton. Foul shot is up and it's good. These kids all seem to come forward when it's crunch time.
Well, those kinds of players like this type of the game and at this time of the game, so they can perform.
Kroll is now back in for the fouled out Patton. Looking for help now, still looking, turns. Now to Limo. Limo's shot is no good. Rebound picked off by Thayer on the left side. He comes back out. He's going to take the 3. It's good. Got it.
Good looking play that time by Brent Thayer. Did not hesitate at all. Went out beyond the 3-point line.
Goes for the steal. York right down with it. Ooh, slips 2 and it goes out of bounds.
Right, between Seavey and Fishman that time. Went the pass out of bounds. Hermon's ball again with a lead.
42-41. The 3-pointer has put Hermon ahead with 2:53 remaining in this contest. Thayer with the ball. Now turns at the top. Now to Hannon. Hannon says, I don't want it. Gives it back to him as Hannon goes down low. As Thayer starts to move, the ball's deflected away. Seavey, he's got Kroll to beat. He slows it down and waits for York and gives it to York.
Good play that time by Seavey. He really didn't have a chance for the layup, and he had to do what he did.
York with it, right side Cataline of Rockland. Now to Norton. Norton turns back to Jamie York. Jamie in a lot of traffic. Nice pass inside to Seavey, puts it up, partly deflected. Alimo comes off, taken away by Norton. Norton goes back out with it again.
Big steal and a turnover that time. Heads up play by Rockland Tigers.
2:09 remaining in this contest. And Alimo goes for the steal. Cataline corner goes to Norton. Norton fakes it now. Back to Cataline, top to York. And he'll start to do the wheel and goes in the middle of Seavey. Seavey turns, pivots. Now it goes to Cataline. Now off to Fishman. Fishman with Brazier there. 150 remaining. 42-41 the score. Hermon leads by 1. Now it goes to Cataline. Off to Fishman. Fishman wants York back outside. He starts to dribble with the ball. Thayer has 4 on him, so he's got to be careful. Now it goes to Seavey. Seavey back to York. York wants to work as Thayer kind of pulls back a little bit. There's Fishman. He's going to go. Puts it up. It's no good. Norton fakes. Norton puts it up, and he's fouled.
Nice call that time from Chris Elkington from the bench. They changed the offense, and they went to the double stack, and it freed up Fishman on the move in the lane. He missed it, but there was Norton again. Here he comes. Here comes Fishman. He takes the shot right here, but it's a little off. And watch Norton right here with a big, strong rebound. Takes it away from Brazier, goes back up, and he's going to get the 2 shots.
Brazier right across the arm. Wade has picked up his 4th personal foul. Foul shot, no good. Rebound by Kroll, and a strong rebound. Now he passes cross, brings to Cataline, puts up by Fishman. He goes! Fishman scores.
What a pass from Andrew Cataline. He reached across the lane, saved it. As he was going out of bounds, back to Fishman. There it is. What a save. Now he looks, and here comes Fishman into the picture, up and in, foul on Crowell.
Who says we don't get excited?
Oh, and this is only Wednesday.
Wait till Saturday, right? 43-42 as Rockland's regained the lead. Foul shot is up and good. 44-42 with 1:17 remaining. Rockland has a scant 2-point lead. There on the dribble now. He's got to be careful of any play of control because he'll be on the pines if he goes right down the middle, leaves for Kroll. Kroll back out to Brazier. Brazier right down the middle. Brazier puts it up.
And he's got the ball.
Brazier comes back with a tough basket.
And he got the foul on Seavey. Good play by Brazier. Clayton Blood was looking for that kind of freelance offense, and Brazier ended up with the ball down the lane. Through the contact, up off the boards and in.
And Seavey picks up his 3rd personal. So Brazier has a chance to unlock the lock here at 44 with 1 minute remaining in this contest. Wade Brazier. Foul shot is up. It's no good. Rebound strong by Norton. He's hemmed in. Now looks for York, and York will bring down.
Let's see if they run it down and take a timeout. They'll probably take a layup and then nothing else.
Fishman with it, Brazier on him. Now Stas, he gets to the middle of Norton. Norton's picked clean by Thayer. Thayer starts down, he turns, and Fishman is fouling.
Not a bad foul that time by Fishman because I think Thayer was going to go all the way to the glass with a chance for the conventional 3. Tough play by Norton on the other end. Tried to go through. Thayer comes up with a steal.
He picked him clean.
Picked him clean, no question about it.
41 seconds remaining, 44-44. I think I'd try to call a time here to
ice him a little, you think?
Ice him a lot. So he's on the line for the 1-on-1. Brian Thayer's foul shot is up. It's no good. Rebound by Norton. He's picked off 2 the last time down.
So many big misses. Brazier's second half.
They have had, haven't they?
Right.
They've had some big misses, and we're going to call a foul. He just fouled out of the game.
Oh, tough play.
It was.
Tough play, because that time he had position if he'd have just had his feet still. He made a nice move on the left-right move by York, and he fouls out of the game.
Well, now it'll be up to Brazier to bring the ball down.
Yeah, Brazier will bring it down. Clayton Blood looking for his side. Here it is right here. Now watch the move by York. Bang, bang. And he's still moving. If he'd have just tried to stand still, he may have picked it up. 14 coming in for Hermon.
Robbie Watson. Robbie Watson is going to call a timeout. So let's set it, Robbie. We're 44-44, 33 seconds left. And we have 2 Hermon Hawks on the bench via the fouls. Rockland still have some foul trouble with Norton 4 on him. I think when you know you have 4, you play a little bit harder. You don't try to make the stupid reach-ins or the plays that are going to be controversial, such as the play of control. You try to stay away from this. Norton has come off with 2 strong rebounds on foul shots that are missed. They've gone the line the last couple of times, 1-on-1s. They haven't cashed in the first. Pressure time, USA.
Pressure time is right, and Fishman makes the conventional 3 down at the other end. And Brazier comes back, and then he misses a foul shot. Now we got York going to the foul line. for a 1-1 for Rockland. So this is a critical point of the game. Not that because it's 44-44, but it depends on whether he misses or makes the foul shots as to how each team will adjust to that. If Rockland makes them both, then they get back and play good, tough defense. The pressure's on Hermon. If Rockland misses them, then Hermon gets the ball. Now the pressure's on Rockland. So we've got to watch for that with these two foul shots to see who will have the pressure on them in the critical juncture of the game.
Jamie York, a 5'9" junior, who has been pretty much the point man this year for this Rockland team. And he'll go to the line for 1-1. So we'll see. Seavey sticks back. You can see him over the left shoulder of Jamie York now. Jamie's foul shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound by Hannon. Out to Brazier.
Now the pressure's on Rockland because they've got to stop him.
York will come up and he'll guard Brazier.
Here's the defensive change. 1-3-1 zone by Rockland.
Watson now back to Brazier. 19 seconds left. We're locked at 44. Now to Alimo. Alimo turns with it back to Brazier, who eyes the clock.
We're going to see a last shot, I think, by Hermon. That's it. 9 seconds left.
OT. 6 seconds. Brazier, no one's going to stop it. It's no good. Rebound tipped up. Rebound taken off by Norton with no time remaining. And the game is over, and we're locked at 44. OT.
Overtime game here in the auditorium.
What a way to start it, huh?
First
5 overtimes.
Semi-final game.
Let the ceiling leak. Who cares? We did have a leaking problem last night, but they checked that out. But really good. I think Brazier now in this last the 3-minute overtime. Remember, in the 3-minute overtime, you do have a jump ball. You jump at center. You add one timeout to whatever timeout you have left.
Right, and Hermon got the ball to the person they wanted to have the ball, and that was Wade Brazier. He had to take a little off-balance shot, but at least he had an opportunity to win the game for the Hermon Hawks. But a nice little move by Chris Elkington and Rockland to come out with a 1-3-1 zone. It took Hermon a little time to recognize it, which took some time down off the clock and maybe hurried Brazier down at the end of the game. So excellent basketball game. 44 apiece. 3 more minutes put back up on the clock for these two Class B combatants in the semifinal action here at the auditorium.
So they'll jump at center, and Hannon will jump against Norton.
There they come, both teams out. Rockland's got their starters back in, and Hermon has theirs with the exception of Thayer, who fouled out. We have Robbie Watson, number 14, in for Brent Thayer.
Get ready for the tip. It's controlled, but it tipped. It goes right to Seavey. Tip behind. I don't know if I'd question. I would question that. He tipped to the other basket. I'd go straight, but I haven't played for about 200 years. Norton to the right side, goes to York. York got it by Watson. Now go to Cataline. Cataline off to Norton. Norton got it by Kroll. Now to Fishman. Fishman's going to start to go. Fishman puts it up. It's no good. Tipped around. Watson comes off the rebound. He turns and starts down with it. And Brazier will be the man that will handle the ball.
He's going to play the guard position, Wade Brazier.
So a man put up by Rockland. Pass is saved nicely by Watson. Back to Kroll. Now off to Brazier. A lot of time, 2:15 remaining in the first overtime. Brazier at the foul line, takes the pop, no good, in and out. Norton with another rebound. That's his 4th straight.
Been immense underneath the defensive glass for Rockland here in the last, he went back in with a little over 4 minutes to go, and he has been superb.
He has the ball right now, got it by Kroll. He starts to move, a lot of traffic there, the foul is missed, and Watson comes off with another strong rebound.
2 big misses by Rockland to start the overtime period, and now Hermon has one miss by Brazier.
And a nice pass inside to Alimo. Misses a shot. Kroll tipped away. Cataline chases it down. You know, Norton's last drive, there was just a lot of traffic there, and probably he should have pulled up for a shot and moved it back outside. York to the right side. York stops. Now to Cataline. Rockland is structured ball club. They'll make you work on defense, and then before you know it, they'll zip by you. Fishman. Fishman looks to the right side. Now to York. Jamie with the ball now. He's got it by Watson. Now to Seavey. Now to Fishman. Fishman holds over his head. Now starts to the middle. Goes to Seavey. 1:07 left in the first overtime. I'm saying that like there's going to be more, right? 44 the score if you're just joining us. As we're under 1 now, 57 minutes left. 57 seconds, excuse me. As Seavey starts to the right side, now crosses it back to Fishman. Routed by Brazier.
Now a different look. Now is under 50 seconds left to go. Chris Elkin can say bring it out. He might be looking for the last shot or an isolation.
As Fishman now goes to York. Now to Norton. He gets 2 people in the air, puts it in.
Nice play by Norton that time. He a little up fake and got his defender off the floor and went in for the layup, and they take the lead. First point scored here in the overtime with 25 seconds left.
46-44. Brazier going to go right down with it. Brazier's going to go to the glass, puts it up, and he gets the roll.
Oh, nice roll. Good baseline move.
He's going to take over. 46-46. 13 seconds left. Fishman with a lot of traffic puts it up. It's no good. And they're going to call a player control on Fishman.
Player control on Fishman. That's the second one he's had. This time he didn't make the basket. A little bit out of control was Mark Fishman for Rockland. And Hermon going to get the ball back with 8 seconds left. You know who's going to get it. Timeout. Hermon.
8 seconds remaining. First OT.
I think Clayton Blood's saying he's questioning the official someplace, and I guess he's asking in clarification on where he's going to get the ball, number one, because the last time there was a little miscommunication there. So Hermon's going to get the ball, got to go the full length of the court with 8 seconds left. The situation here is Brazier is going to get the ball, obviously. We'll see if Rockland, first of all, if Brazier takes the ball out of bounds. If I were in Coach Blood's shoes, I'd have him take it out and then get it right back, rather than try to receive it on the court. Another problem for Hermon at this time, they've got to get the ball on the court or Rockland gets it back. So we'll see Rockland, I bet you, press all over, but not take any chances. Here we go.
8 seconds remaining.
That tells you how much I know. Limo's taking it out.
So we'll see if there's going to, and Brazier's going to handle it. So 7 seconds, he's coming down with it. No one's turning on him. He's going to go behind the back. He's going to take the pop, and it's no good. Rebound tipped, and we've got a second overtime.
2 overtime.
Bang, I told you that.
And Wade Brazier's a little bit disappointed himself because that time he felt he had it all the way. He really made a nice play. He was set. He had good balance. He went up for the shot and just rimmed off the glass to the left, and we're going to the second overtime. So
he had the screen from Hannon,
yes,
and he had to shoot over Hannon.
It did look like Rockland was a little bit
tentative on defense.
Tentative on defense and a little disorganized, because when he was coming over half court, you call it, there was nobody guarding him, and then York went over to help out. There's a little interested spectator looking at the second overtime here, getting ready for the second overtime.
3 more minutes and add another timeout.
Why is Rockland always in these overtimes, Joe?
They like overtimes.
Unbelievable.
Goes right back to that 5 overtime game that we did. It was just, seemed like it was yesterday.
Tremendous. The officials calling both teams out. Begin the overtime again. We're going to have another jump ball. Another timeout added. Is the referee Whitaker telling Clayton that he's got 2 timeouts left. Hannon going to jump again against York. Each team scored 2 points in that particular overtime. Jerry Adams going to throw up the ball. There's Clayton.
Maybe he might not tip it back this time, and yeah, he does, but Brazier's there, and they're going to say Reed.
Right. I think he was saying an unfair toss.
Oh, Jerry lost his glasses.
Jerry lost his glasses. Well, what happened was Mike Naughton went up early and I think got Jerry's glasses. So it was an unfair toss. Nice piece of officiating there by Mr. Whitaker to recognize that with Jerry's glasses on the court. Now he's trying to bend them back into shape as he makes the toss.
Is there an optometrist in the crowd?
There he is.
He says, I'm not going without him.
And the players are saying, we don't want you to.
Oh, he's going to go over. I guess, is he going to go with?
Oh, Denny Kaya has offered him his, but they may be the wrong prescription.
Yeah.
He's trying to bend them back into shape. He really hit Mike Naughton.
If they're Kaya's, he'll see Bangor red.
And Jerry comes out without his glasses, and he gets a round of booze.
And he's looking at, don't look at us, Jerry.
And he gets a round of booze. And
it
now
looks
they're
like
calling it back.
Lionel Ellie repaired them.
I think so.
Or an optometrist in the crowd comes down and take a look at him.
The players are saying, hey, what's going on here? Let's get going.
Well, we've heard of the leak in the roof, but not glasses,
There's
especially by officials.
Chris Elkington calling his team over, and Clayton waiting for his kids out there at the. Guess that didn't work.
Guess he's going to clean them off now and check that gentleman out who just came out of the crowd.
Right. Okay.
He's probably looking at the glasses. I knew he wasn't 2020.
Now he's got him back on. Now he gets a round of applause.
Okay, as we're set for the second overtime, 3 minutes to go, 46-46 the score, and the tip controlled in the backcourt. It goes to the Hermon Hawks.
Nice tip that time by Hannon on the second tip to get it back to Brazier.
Brazier starts to the left side of it, gets a screen, but gets it to Limo, and now it goes to Hannon. Hannon's been silent here. Now he starts to move, goes to Kroll, back to a Limo. Limo in the ball, fouled by Fishman. And I think he just fouled out of the game.
They have fouled out of this basketball game. Fishman is
that is going to be a big blow for the Rockland Tigers.
He just said to himself, that's my fifth. He's watching his lips, and he said, that's my fifth. And he's being congratulated by the Hermon players. And yes, he's got his
Chris is going to take his full minute to get somebody in, which he can do. But Mac Fishman has just fouled out of this game.
Great basketball player, great competitor, 6'1" senior. Mark Fishman for the Rockland Tigers. There you see the back of his jersey, number 41, and our friend Mr. Bartlett, Brian Bartlett, coming back in, number 44, to replace Fishman. Mark Fishman ends up with 13 points for the Rockland Tigers here in the second overtime.
And a hard-earned 13.
Hard-earned 13.
Both sides. And that's when you depend, or your scouting report tells you these are the guys that got. I think that's why Patton had such a good game. He was on the right spot at the right time.
He sure was.
Well, we'll see what the Hermon can do at the foul line. There's been a lid on the basket for him, and finally Limo puts it in.
Limo breaks that lid.
He's a senior, Matt Limo.
Clayton Blood calling the defenses from the bench.
2:44 remains in the second overtime here. Hermon and Rockland. Second shot, good.
Here they come. Here they come into the pressure.
Bartlett back to Norton. Whoops, ball's deflected, picked up by Kroll. Now it goes out to Brazier. Hermon's got it their way now. Brazier turns, Cataline's on him. Now it goes to Kroll. He comes back outside, looking around. Now to Hannon, who's out deep. Got it by Bartlett.
Now they're in their delay game right here. Watch them. They're just screening down. Look at the big picture. Our viewers can see it. They're screening down on the baseline.
Led by 2 points, 48-46. Brazier, off balance shot, no good. Rebound tipped around, still tipped, and a foul is going to be called on Watson from behind.
And Norton with another rebound. Tough shot that time. I don't know if Clayton Blood liked that shot by Wade Brazier. And in the rebounding action, Mike Norton was fouled by number 14 for Hermon, who's Robbie Watson. So going to the line now to tie it up with a 1-on-1 is Mike Norton.
That's only the first on Watson. Robbie is a sophomore. Norton's foul shot is up. It's good.
Ooh, that went in a little hard. It grabbed a lot of the iron, but it fell through.
Jerry Adams gives the ball back now to Mr. Norton. A chance to tie it again. Foul shot is up and good. Got them both. So we're locked at 48 with 2:12 left in the second overtime here in Easton B semifinals. Wherever you are, we hope you're enjoying this one. Brazier behind the back to Hannon out deep. Got it by Bartlett. Hawks have the ball right now. Goes outside to Crowell, looking for Brazier. They want Brazier to handle the ball. Cataline with him. Now gives to Hannon, who comes out deep. He looks inside. Still holds it, starts to move. He's going to take a jump shot.
He got a piece of that, Bartlett. Bartlett got a piece of that, I believe.
Nice rebound inside. Crowell puts it back out to Brazier. Now to Hannon. Now it goes off to Crowell as they start to work the clock with 1:34 remaining. Goes off now to Watson. Limo turns. The Limo puts it up. It's no good. Rebound tip. Taken out by Hannon. Puts it up. No good. Oh, there's going to be a foul called on Norton, and I believe he's fouled out of the game.
And it's a foul on Norton. Couldn't have been on the shot because the official's calling underneath the basket. against Hannon. Big rebound by Hannon. The basket did go in, and that's his 5th foul.
So that's a tough. Rockland has now fouled out 2 first stringers, and the only first stringer for Hermon that fouled out was Thayer.
Yeah.
You'll see Clayton Blood looking down the bench. He wants to know who he's going to put in. So Chris is going to take a minute. Now he's going to put Baker in. That's a good choice. Baker's a good ball handler.
Well,
but now the rebounding with Hannon there looks in Brazier, and of course Crowell's come off with some pretty good boards.
Exactly. So they're in tough shape right now. Rockland losing 2 of their more experienced players.
And Chris Elgin wants a timeout.
He's going to call a timeout. He's got to get him
down.
He's got to get a timeout for a couple of reasons. One, he's got to set up the defense and offense without 2 of his better players, Norton and Fishman, who are both fouled out. Hermon in the driver's seat, although the score is tied. Hannon's going to go to the line for 1-and-1. And now they're going to have the decided height advantage. We'll see if Clayton comes out in his pressure defense, which has been effective for him here in both overtimes, or whether he's going to go back into a half-court defense and force Rockland away from the basket because of the size advantage that they now have.
So cat and mouse is still being played, and the wheels start to crank, and this is why high school coaches get ulcers early. Right here at the big Mecca.
The Mecca, right, here we are. Mecca looks good this year, by the way. New lighting in here, very, very bright. Floor looks good with a new painting championship fever, if you see in the right-hand corner of your screen. So Mr. Hannon on his way to the foul line, 6'7". Jason Hannon, a senior for the Hermon Hawks. And Rockland on their way out after final instructions from Chris Elkington.
So we'll see what Rockland sets up under, who the 2 men under will be. The rebound men will be Bartlett along with Cataline. So important now for Jamie York to cut off the foul shooter. That's going to be important in case the ball comes back to him. You don't want to give him another one. Hannon's foul shot is up. It's no good. Rebound taken out by Bartlett on that left side. So we're still locked at 48.
Now the strategy changes the other way. Man-to-man, Hermon.
Boy, they have missed the foul shots down the line except for Alimo. Now it goes outside to Baker. Now to Cataline. Cataline now to York. York turns. Jamie still holds the ball. Bounce it back to Bartlett. So 3 of the subs that Rockland uses are now in the game now. And this is what the experience has done for them. They're in a pressure situation. There's 49 seconds remaining in the second overtime.
Chris is in a situation now where I think he'll take the last shot.
Baker with it now. Alimo on him. Baker looking for help. Now it goes to Bartlett. Bartlett turns off to York. York got it by Watson. 33 seconds remaining. York to the left side with a left-hand dribble. Now it goes off to Baker. Baker with Alimo on him. Now it goes for York. And Chris wants another timeout.
There's the timeout. That's what he was doing. He's got about 30 seconds off the clock with a team in there with not much size. He says, hey, we're not going to get the offensive rebound. Hermon's going to get it if we shoot and miss. They go down. They got the size advantage. We're really in a jam. Let's see if we can run the clock down, get it down to about 20 seconds or so, get it to 10, and we'll go for the last shot and win it at the buzzer. I think that's his strategy right now.
Jamie York's three-pointer?
Jamie York, we haven't seen that yet, Joe, but
probably won't.
I think
but he can shoot, and that's the idea, to try to isolate him, maybe give him a screen, and Jamie might be able to hit it. But I think Chris, I don't know how many timeouts he has left, but he may work clock down to maybe with under 10, 8-7, call another timeout.
Right, and 2 timeouts apiece for each coach. I think what you're going to see with Rockland, though, is either York or Baker is going to take the ball to the basket to look for the foul or the dish off right down when the clock is running down, and see if they can win it that way.
23 seconds remaining, second overtime here at the Bangor Auditorium, 48-48. Joe Gould along with Bob Leahy and Rich Kimball.
There's a man-to-man set up by Hermon.
Cataline now to Baker, waiting for York, and he's in the backcourt now. Start down with it. Watson's on him. 18 seconds left, right down the middle. Now to Seavey. Seavey with Hannon on him. Now to Baker. 12
time and score.
left.
Time and score.
Whoop, the ball's tipped away, picked up by Baker as he dances on the 10-second line. Another timeout. Did I call it? Another timeout.
They were lucky that time because Hermon almost had the steal at half court, and it hadn't been the good footwork of Baker.
They could pick that one up in a replay. That was something else as he danced over toward the scorer's table and just kept it in. You got to get the foot over. It would have been a backcourt, and they would have lost the ball. But they still have it with 5 seconds left, and they'll be putting the ball in play in front of their own bench, maybe?
In front of their own bench, right. Mr. Whitaker, the official, has it there, and we may see that. We're going to see that play. Here it is right here. And watch the deflection right here. There it is. There's Hermon going for the ball, and here comes Baker, the right of your picture. Little push dribble to get him started. There's the dance along the half-court line. Now Beautiful. He has the presence. Now he really hasn't got control of the ball yet. Now he gets control of it, and then he flips it to number 23 for Rockland, which is Cataline. So nice play by Baker right there to prevent a turnover. And Rockland, with 5 seconds left, going to get the ball right in front of their bench.
So, are we going to have the third overtime, or will we have a win here? Of course, you have to look for the steal, too.
Okay, Baker in the backcourt. Cataline going to trigger things on the sideline. Coming into York, probably. There it is.
Hit the York.
There's a foul. Oh, Robbie. Tough play right there for Robbie Watson. I think he thought he might be able to get the ball. Great play by York. Took his man away, came across a screen. The ball was coming in, and Robbie Watson fouls from behind. And there's the timeout by Clayton Blood to ice.
So that only
here it is right here. Here it is right here. Here's the pass, and here comes Watson. He thinks he can get it, and he's just behind York, and he commits the foul on the inbounds pass. 1 second went off the clock, and York is going to go to the line for 1-and-1. So a tough play that time for Robbie Watson, but Hermon still has an opportunity if Rockland doesn't make the foul shots.
So Chris has had to dig into his book here of certain plays, what to do. York will be on the line for 1-and-1. He probably will line a couple of Rockland players up on the foul line, but keep 2 back so to prevent the long shot. But we see Mr. Thayer down to the right of the bench, just kind of mesmerized with this whole thing. It seems like we had mentioned earlier that Hermon always seems to be the bridesmaid.
Always the bridesmaid. But the thing that's difficult here is both coaches have got to coach and put in situations for offense and defense in this one timeout because there's only 4 seconds left. What happens if York makes it? What happens if he misses it? What if he makes one? What happens if he misses one? So it's a tough situation for these youngsters to grasp all of that information from the coaches. But you know who's going to get the ball if it's a miss, number 44 in white.
Right. And he is capable, very capable, of blasting a 3 through at any place on this floor. So York will have his opportunity now. Jamie doesn't dribble the ball, puts it up, and good!
Got the first one. Halfway home, 4 seconds left.
That's a lot of.
But this is real tough too, because if he makes the second, Brazier's got to take the long shot because of the clock, and that's a 3. Misses.
Oh, he misses. But Cataline and Alimo wants timeout and only ate off another second. But they'll be taking the ball off the full or to the side here.
The
whole length of the court.
All right.
So now you got to watch the home run throw.
He's asking now, and Clayton's getting the ball on the end line.
He
just asked Jerry Adam, and he's shaking his head. Jerry, I want it on the sideline. It gives me 15 more feet closer to my basket. So there was the miss on the second shot, 49-48, 3 seconds left.
See, Chris comes out of the huddle, wants to know where is the ball.
Where is the ball? And that's a good coaching strategy, because now the coaches know exactly what they have to do. They also know that Hermon can't run the baseline because it was a miss, so they got to be stationary. So they may put somebody on the ball, prevent the long pass. What I would try to do, I believe, is to try to keep the ball out of Brazier's hand, really defend him tough, and get it to somebody else and take him out of the play.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the biggest thing is you got to defend the basket.
That's right.
Have someone down. Don't get sucked in on something way at the other end, because you'll see the home run pass. And so they got to have a couple of people back. I wouldn't be surprised if he might come with a like a diamond in the paint to stay there to protect, then have someone glue on. Well, Brazier's going to be down here.
Look at this now. Hannon's going to take the ball out, and all 4 of them are down here. So we'll see if Brazier breaks to the ball.
This is almost like the Hail Mary.
Yeah, but I think Brazier's going to break to the ball in the backcourt.
So we'll see what happens with 3 seconds left. Hannon, long toss. It's going to touch first, and Rockland will come up with it and win this game.
They won it, 49-48. Hermon tried the long baseball Hail Mary pass.
Did you see those kids come off the bench?
The Rockland Tigers were able to deflect it and make the interception. to end the game with the 3 seconds left. There they are, shaking hands.
Again,
Hawks.
the key again to me, I saw Rockland play early in the season, was the 3 substitutes that developed.
Right, they have
And
developed.
they could use them anytime. Not that Hermon couldn't, but they seemed to come through when they needed them.
That was Chris Seavey, number 25, and Brian Bartlett, 44, and Ryan Baker, 11. And all 3 of those players were in at the end of the game, as you mentioned. So the Rockland Tigers go on to the Eastern Maine Final. Boys Class B will play the winners of John Baptist and Camden Rockport in our second game tonight here at the auditorium. 49 for Rockland, 48 for Hermon. A whale of a basketball game, double overtime here in the auditorium.
Good way to start it. Both teams played very, very well. There were many opportunities, but things just didn't happen. So we end up with a 49-48 victory in 2 overtimes for the Rockland Tigers, as they'll now enter into the finals, and that'll be on Friday evening.